punk? Why is it different than the Woodstock generation or beatniks, or is it?
Well, I think it's different because it has no social value.
A while back, at first glance, the musical and cultural classifications of rock and hip-hop appeared as polar opposites. Years later, with the success of Playboi Carti's Opium Collective and mainstream rappers like Lil Uzi Vert or Trippie Redd under the rock-rap umbrella, the parallels between the rock and rap genres are more evident. In May of this year, DMV rapper Rico Nasty released her third studio album, an ambitious rock project appropriately named Lethal. 5 months later, I took the subway to Irving Plaza for the New York City stop of her Lethal tour to finally see the rapper and her legion of alt-baddie fans.
Love you, Rico, it was an amazing time, bitch. Raging, bitch, all the time, forever.
We're so excited to see you.
Yes.
We've been waiting forever.
We're gonna be in the pit.
We're gonna be in the pit.
I'm Sayou Cooper, and this is The Griot, reporting on hip-hop culture through a mix of soapbox editorials, weird commercial breaks, and some very serious guests.
I just collectively pulled energy from music videos we've done, photo shoots, things kind of surrounding the project, and kind of just executed that way. So it's just kind of almost a collective of things you've seen throughout the rollouts and all that kind of enrolled into one. Just playing with things, even pushing her limits of what she thinks is acceptable for stage, and just kind of really trying to find a middle ground of comfort too, because I feel like obviously you're up there and you want to just feel like yourself, which is hard. So whatever that in between is.
Rico. Ugh, that feels corny. Don't judge me. I don't really resonate with punk stars because I'm not that hardcore. I like bubbles and stuff, I'm not harsh and crazy. And with this new album, I definitely resonate with being a pop punk princess. Rico Nasty told NME magazine in 2020. The terms punk and alternative are both subgenres under rock. Musically, rock stems from black music genres of rhythm and blues, gospel, and American country music. It got whitewashed by Elvis Presley in the 50s and 60s. Punk and alternative rock are different from the traditional rock due to the respective cultural movements associated with the genres, where anti-establishment and not being mainstream are admired. The two rock subgenres can sound like many things depending on the artist.
Of course, this is not the first time that people who are slightly different have been branded as subversive and dangerous to society by those in power.
Can Little Pump be considered punk rock?
Hi, I'm Kurt Loder with an MTV News special report on a very sad day. Kurt Cobain, the leader of one of rock's most gifted and promising bands, Nirvana, is dead, and this is the story as we know it.
2025's Rico Nasty is more aged than when we met her during rap's SoundCloud era, a colloquial term to describe the stretch between 2016 to 2019, where rappers like XXXTentacion and Lil Yachty burst onto the scene through no major label backing. Artists just uploading their music to the masses with the help of then German tech startup SoundCloud. While she dons mostly designer alt-baddie fits now, back then, Rico Nasty's image was more punk-inspired with spiky mohawks and vivid fits. Her widely accepted breakout tunes include iCarly and Hey Arnold. And after the releases of great mixtapes Sugar Trap 2, Nasty, and Anger Management, she finally dropped her debut album, Nightmare Vacation, in 2020. I'm free. I'm gonna head on to the train right now to go to Urban Plaza. So, yeah. On the morning of October 15, I woke up jumpy, contemplating my caffeine options to get through a 10-hour shift before a Rico Nasty show at Irving Plaza. I work in the Bed-Stuy neighborhood of Brooklyn, which presently looks gentrified, but back in the 80s, it was like most black neighborhoods in big cities, a mix of homeowners and renters trying to attain the American dream amid the ongoing crack epidemic. There's a Biggie mural on my go-to work deli that I guess serves as a reminder of the neighborhood's past. At 7 on the dot, I clocked out of my shift, and with doors already open at Irving Plaza, my hopes of a good standing location for my general admission ticket were pipe dreams. My plan was to hop on the G train to Metropolitan Ave, then switching over to the L to Union Square, but I ended up taking the G train the wrong way, so I got out at Fulton and walked all the way to the Q line. It was stressful managing camera shots, looking up directions, and also having eyes and ears aware in the city. I finally got to Union Square at 7:42 p.m., tired and wondering if the coffee I consumed earlier actually worked. At 7:49, I was waiting in line for bag check at Irvin, and what happened next was a series of unfortunate events, all really brought on by me. Stupidly, I didn't get a press pass for the show, which meant I couldn't film on my camcorder due to Rico Nasty's camera policy. When I was told by staff I had to check my backpack and camcorder in coat check, I blatantly ignored them and made my way to the second floor where the stage was at. The venue was filled, but not to the point where you felt like sardines in a can. A mixed crowd consisting of mostly black femmes in dark makeup and cool alternative fits, and the usual white fans. The opener was Canadian-Jamaican artist Sad Boy, who fit well into the Lethal Tour's visual identity and themes. Looking at the bar space and trying to find a good standing location for camera shots, I was confronted by Irving Plaza staff and forced to check my things in, leaving me with nothing but my iPhone 16 to film.
To be griot, you have to be born griot. Yeah, so this instrument is called kora. It's the instrument for the griot people in West Africa and for the Mandingo Empire.
Rico Nasty wants to do and be everything. She's not so much a chameleon as she is a perpetual juggler of sounds and ideas, picking them up and dropping them again with a giddy glee. This has always been the central tenet of her artistry. But on album 3, her quirky polystylism is more varied and chaotic than ever. Lethal is a canvas of clashing colors, initially dominated by clicks and the thuds of a drum machine, and merry as synth. It may be versatile, but Rico's constant fiddling of the dial means there's something scatter about this album. Emma Wilkes wrote for Kerrang! Following the trend of shorter studio albums, we won't find a song longer than 3 minutes and 2 seconds on Lethal. The 15-track project is a tightly edited roadmap of Rico Nasty's sound, counting old and new things. No features, but a major collaborator on Lethal is producer Ahmed Royal, who's worked with Panic! At the Disco and Doja Cat.
You know that you're a black girl, right? Your hair's supposed to be sewed in, not spiked up.
From the first listen, you can tell Rico Nasty spent a considerable amount of time on the track list because songs just mesh into each other like the run between tracks Son of a Gun, Smoke Break, and Crash. A technically stunning rapper, Rico's flow darts across a sonic palette that makes equal sense in both the club and the mosh pit. Rugged, lawless sounds, Lethal crunches hard from first note to last, resonating with venomous carnal energy. Robin Murray for Clash.
Ma famille, mon père, eux, ce sont mes fondements, tu vois. Eux, c'est là, pour moi, je suis, tu vois, je fais comme ça.
Back to the show. With my mood slightly down after the confrontation with Irving Plaza staff, I was ready for Rico Nasty's entrance or at least a hit from the various marijuana strains floating everywhere I turned. After Sad Boy completed her set and the crew tinkered with the stage, the audience saw DJ Miles next up. He's been touring with Rico Nasty since 2017, and I love when rappers are loyal to their DJs, by the way. It just feels very hip-hop. Later on, my mood eventually lightened up with DJ Miles' mix that got the audience turned with bangers from femme rappers, hood classics like Chief Keef's Vanito, and the sing-along alternative hits from Paramore and Panic! At the Disco. Once the tour's guitarist got on the stage, I knew Rico Nasty was right up. She's a bit taller than I imagined, her legs and a good chunk of her body on full display in an all-black outfit, a cropped t-shirt, micro shorts, leather gloves, and shoes. The stage she commanded for nearly 90 minutes was lighting heavy with sequences that kept your eyes glued. No backing track, the mic was indeed on, but she's not much of a talker between transitions like other artists. But she did pause the show a few times to check up on a fan and stop a fight. Her crew passed out water bottles at one point, and I actually toyed with the idea of joining the mosh pit, but chicken out. Finding myself vibing with her verses and the overall energy of the crowd, I took less notes as the night went on and wasn't able to document her setlist fully, but it was lethal heavy as expected with some oldies like Tia Tamara, Relative, and Trust Issues. The last song was some unreleased stuff. At around 10:30 p.m., she got off the stage and I hurried to the coat check line, ending the night with some lamb over rice from the halal cart and a relatively easy commute back to Flatbush. Reporting from the east coast of the American Empire, I'm Sayou Cooper, and this is The Griots. I wrote and produced this episode. Our theme song for this season is Jaws by Suzuki-san. Our Instagram and other cool stuff can be found on our website. Links are always in the description. Thank you to the ancestors. Until next time.